The office building was silent that night, the kind of silence that settles only when the world has long gone to sleep. The janitor's cart squeaked softly down the hallway as Maria bent over to scrub a stubborn coffee stain from the marble floor. Her back ached from the day's work, but she ignored it. She was used to pain. She was used to being invisible. Maria had been cleaning this building for 3 years now. Every night, she'd slip in through the side entrance after the day staff left, sweep through the CEO's offices with quiet respect, and leave just before dawn. No one knew her name, and she liked it that way. People with power rarely noticed the ones who scrubbed their floors. But tonight felt heavier. Maria's hands trembled as she worked. She'd just finished a double shift at the diner before coming here. Her teenage son Diego was home alone again, trying to do homework in their tiny apartment with no heat. She couldn't afford to be late, not with rent overdue and Diego's medication running out. She hummed softly to herself, an old lullaby her mother used to sing, trying to drown out the crushing weight of exhaustion. What Maria didn't know was that someone was watching. Sophia Laurent, the billionaire CEO of Laurent Industries, had returned from an overseas meeting earlier than planned. She'd slipped into the building through a private elevator, hoping to retrieve an important file she'd left behind. She didn't expect to find anyone there, especially not the janitor on her hands and knees, scrubbing the floor with meticulous care, singing softly in Spanish. Sophia froze in the doorway of her lavish office. She'd seen hundreds of employees walk these halls, but this woman was different. There was something almost heartbreaking about the way Maria worked. Her tired shoulders, the quiet determination in every movement. Sophia watched for a moment unseen until she noticed Maria wince in pain as she stood. "Are you all right?" Sophia's voice was soft but firm. Maria gasped, nearly dropping her rag. She turned quickly, eyes wide, clutching her cleaning supplies like a shield. "Oh, I'm so sorry, ma'am." I didn't know anyone was here." Her accent was thick, her voice trembling. Sophia stepped closer, her sharp heels clicking against the marble. "You work here at night?" Maria nodded nervously, bowing her head. "Yes, ma'am. I clean after hours. I'll leave right away if I'm disturbing you." "No," Sophia said quickly. "Please, don't leave. I didn't mean to scare you." She glanced around her spotless office, noticing how everything gleamed under the dim lights. She'd never given much thought to who cleaned up after her team's long workdays. But now, looking at Maria's cracked hands and weary eyes, she felt a pang of guilt. "What's your name?" Sophia asked. Maria hesitated. "Maria, ma'am." Sophia offered a small smile. "Maria, you're doing incredible work. I don't think anyone's ever told you that." Maria blinked in surprise, unsure how to respond. Compliments weren't something she was used to. She muttered a shy, "Thank you," then bent back down to gather her supplies. But Sophia didn't leave. Something about Maria's exhaustion tugged at her heart. "You look tired," she said gently. "Do you ever take a break?" Maria let out a soft, bitter laugh. "Breaks don't pay the bills, ma'am." That simple statement hit Sophia harder than she expected. Over the next few minutes, Sophia started asking questions, not in a condescending way, but with genuine curiosity. Maria tried to keep her answers short, but eventually, her guard slipped. She found herself telling Sophia about Diego, about working 2 jobs to keep food on the table, about her dream of saving enough money to send him to college. Sophia listened quietly, her sharp CEO exterior softening. She thought about her own childhood, raised in privilege, but with a mother who'd taught her to respect every worker in their mansion. She thought about all the times she'd passed people like Maria in the lobby, never truly seeing them. When Maria finished cleaning the office, she turned to leave, embarrassed by how much she'd shared. But Sophia stopped her. "Maria," Sophia said softly, "would you mind showing me the other floors? I want to see the work you do." Maria hesitated, confused, but nodded. Together they walked through the quiet hallways, Maria leading the way, Sophia trailing behind like a shadow. The billionaire CEO noticed every detail. The meticulous care Maria put into polishing desks, the way she straightened chairs without being asked, the tenderness in her movements, as if she believed each office deserved respect. When they reached the lobby, Sophia finally spoke. "You're not invisible, Maria. You deserve better." Maria's throat tightened. "Thank you, ma'am. But this is all I know." Sophia studied her for a moment, then pulled out a business card. "Come to my office tomorrow at noon. I think we need to talk." Maria almost didn't go. She was terrified. CEOs didn't talk to janitors unless they were in trouble. But something about Sophia's kindness convinced her to take the risk. The next day, Maria arrived in her best clothes, a faded dress and borrowed shoes. She expected to be fired. Instead, Sophia offered her a full-time position in the company's facilities department with benefits and a livable wage. But Sophia didn't stop there. She arranged for Diego to receive a scholarship through the company's foundation and quietly paid for his medication. Maria's hand shook as she signed the paperwork. "I don't know how to thank you," she whispered. Sophia smiled warmly. "You already have. You reminded me why I started this company in the first place. To change lives, not just make money." A month passed and Maria's life transformed. She no longer worked herself to exhaustion. She was able to spend time with Diego, help him study, and even dream about buying a small house someday. Sophia too changed. She started walking through the building at night occasionally, talking to employees most CEOs would overlook. She created programs for single parents, janitors, and cafeteria workers, ensuring they were recognized as the backbone of her company. One evening, Maria was cleaning Sophia's office, not because she had to anymore, but because she wanted to surprise her boss with freshly polished floors. Sophia walked in, just like that first night, and they both laughed. "Déjà vu," Sophia said with a smile. Maria nodded. "Except now I'm not invisible." Sophia placed a hand on her shoulder. "You never were, Maria. I just hadn't opened my eyes." That night, as Maria walked home under the city lights, she held her head a little higher. She'd always thought no one was watching. But sometimes all it takes is one person to see you, to really see you, and change your life forever.